Okay, the main focus this week for this type of playing anyway is being able to go from like the pinky here up to a note here without doing this. So got to make sure those pull-offs are not happening. Um, so beyond just saying you gotta line up finger movements and to pick at the same time. Like when you let go of that pinky, you got to make sure, yeah, you just come straight off, and then you got to be doing some muting as well. Let's see, if I keep my index finger down the whole time, let me see what happens. So if I just let straight off the string, even though I'm holding constant pressure with the index finger, I'm still not getting an accidental pull off. Seems like the only way to do that is if you actually make some kind of pull off motion. So something's happening where you're literally doing a pull off instead of just letting go of the string. So I'll demonstrate what's written here at 60 and how it should go at this speed. And that includes having the notes ring out the full quarter note length and all that. So this is just unfortunately one of those things where it's like you have to figure out how to make your hands do what they need to do. So wish you luck with it. Here we go, 60 for all of this. Take your time with it. Really, really focus and try whatever you have to make it work. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we didn't get to the bend stuff you talked about, but as far as like having that thumb over the top, it's really just a matter of you just got to keep doing it until it gets easier. I mean, you can do it without the thumb being over the top. So either way, the thumb over the top, you get this string rate kind of thing. And it can really help beef up that kind of stuff because you get that percussive, bassy, palm muted string rake in there. So yeah, and that's just got to do it over and over until it gets easier and easier. Really be conscious of what's happening, do the best you can. The palm mute stuff, I did look for the picks. I was thinking about what I was thinking of. Looks like they don't make it anymore. It was kind of a really obscure looking thing, almost like I think it had like a handle that kind of stuck off of it, which I thought might help. There's something out there called like a Pick Max, which is like this weird thing that you hold in your hand, but I don't know if that would actually solve the problem. But the big thing I was finding, like I was noticing, like okay, like even when like you do the palm mute thing here, or you start with your hand like this, when you have your thumb basically tucked or all the way up here against that part of your finger or that part of your hand, then yeah, you don't have any choice but to come in like that because the pick's going to be too far away. So opening up the hand so you have like that kind of size right there. So we want to have some kind of gap in here, right? I was wondering like if there's like something you could actually hold while playing. I wonder what I have around. The screwdriver? Worried it's gonna end up being like really awkward. Something like this. That would prevent you from closing the thumb too much, and then you don't have to go too far in this way. So this is almost the size of a quarter, I think. Maybe a little bit less. Okay, well, you use the same kind of picks I'm using right now, so like comparison of size here. Like basically something that's almost the size of the pick itself, a little bit smaller perhaps. You can have something like that in your hand. This is a little bit smaller. Feels a bit more like it. Obviously, you don't have to use a screwdriver. I mean, that feels awkward having all this here. But if you can find something like that, around that size, roundness, like like a small ball of some kind, that would put you in a better position to get used to how the hand should be in order to get those pull-offs. So if I come across something else, I'll let you know. A small bouncy ball would. I don't have one. Think of like something you find in one of those old quarter toy vending machines. Or if that would be an appropriate size. I wonder where you could find something like that in person. Probably have to order it. So hopefully that idea makes sense. But yeah, just about like just an opening in your hand like that. So this way, like, so okay. Here's another thing. So when you're doing this, like if you're gonna like watch yourself on video, another cue is besides seeing the inside of your hand when you do this. When you look on camera, you should be able to see a gap in there between your thumb and your index finger. So that's something else to think about. If you don't see a gap, you're doing this, then you're too closed off, and that's going to cause you to rotate inward too much and ruin the palm mute. So maybe that'll help. So I think that'll be about it then. So those are the main things. Work on the technique here. Keep practicing the bend stuff. Focus on whatever string seems to be causing the most trouble. So like the lower strings seem to be going pretty good. Going off of the last thing you sent. So whatever string is causing you the most trouble, just focus on that for the session until it starts feeling better. See if you can find something to help with the palm mute grip thing. Okay. Any questions? Let me know. I will see you again next week.